right now on 15 News Now.
One insurance company is trying to educate on Obamacare. Also, lots of people are heading out to scalp this year. Plus, Egyptian officials say more than 500 people are dead after the military moved to disperse protesters Wednesday. And it looks like thunderstorms will continue throughout the Big Bend. For coverage you can count on, 15 News Now starts right now.
Coverage you can count on. 15 News Now starts now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Dustin Kopp. Our top story at this hour, you've been hearing for months that your health insurance premiums could be going up thanks to Obamacare. One major insurance provider is trying to educate the public about the reality coming this fall. However, supporters of the Affordable Care Act say that it's just scare tactics. Lori Johnson explains.
Blue Cross Blue Shield in North Carolina is taking a hands-on approach to educating the public about health care reform.
There's no dumb questions when it comes to health care reform, so we're there for you, and we want to help you understand how it impacts you, because it does impact everybody differently.
The insurance giant is taking their education campaign across the state. It's set up 5 offices throughout North Carolina to handle the mad rush the company expects in October. That's when the Affordable Care Act goes into effect. A short video is part of the education process. It teaches viewers about things they may not know about Obamacare, namely the hit their wallets could take.
Due to the impacts of the ACA, about half of our customers could see their premiums increase by 50% or more before federal subsidies.
Supporters of the ACA say the Blue Cross video is old-fashioned fear-mongering.
They want to say, don't blame us and don't impose new taxes on us. But on the other hand, they do want people to enroll in their plan.
Linker says the video goes further in its speculation, claiming younger, healthier Americans would more likely pay the tax because it's cheaper, and the cost of pre-existing conditions will be passed on to other consumers. He says in reality, the insurance companies want to see the law changed, especially the $100 billion in new taxes on them over the next 10 years to help fund Obamacare. Ashley Smart with Blue Cross Blue Shield sees it differently.
It's complicated, and we want to help consumers understand what's in the law and how it impacts them and their unique situation.
Meanwhile, North Carolina leaders turned down $70 million in federal funding to help educate its residents on the new health care laws. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Meanwhile, the Obama administration has missed as many as 1/3 of the deadlines required in the law, and they have just delayed caps on out-of-pocket insurance costs until 2015. Insurance does not cover 100% of costs, so whatever is left gets passed on to you. A Jamaican man has been charged in Florida with operating a lottery scam that targeted elderly people who were told they had to pay upfront fees to collect winnings. Federal authorities say Oink Michael Barnett was arrested this week in Orlando. Barnett is charged along with another man in a 38-count conspiracy and fraud indictment. Each charge carries a maximum of 30 years in prison per charge. Officials say Barnett and others used the internet to make calls from Jamaica appear as if they were originated inside the U.S. Victims were told that they had won lotteries but had to send a fee first. The fees were sent to addresses in South Florida and then on to Jamaica. Victims never got any winnings. At least $50,000 in fees were collected. Temperatures across the area today definitely on the warm side, and continuing to see warm temperatures this evening with the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms. 85 degrees at 7 p.m., 80 degrees by 9, by midnight down to 77. We'll have more details on your Friday forecast coming up in just a little bit. When we come back, lots of people are heading out to scalp this year. You're watching 15 News Now, coverage you can count on.
I can't travel. I can't sit for very long. I can't stand for very long. I can't sleep. It's difficult to find any joy. It's unbelievable how just a few months of taking Nopalea, how it's changed my life, how much better I feel. you just get a total appreciation, new appreciation for life that I haven't had in so long.
With over 8 million bottles of Nopalea sold, we know it will work for you. Pick up the phone and call now. Learn how to get your 32-ounce bottle of Nopalea free. You'll also receive the Secret Killer Special Report that talks about the dangers associated with inflammation and an audio CD that explains the science behind the Nopal Superfruit.
I just know it worked, and it helped me, and it'll help you too.
Get on the road to wellness now.
You're watching 15 News Now with Fred Dawkins and Dustin Kopp. 15 News Now continues.
Lots of people are heading out to Scallop this year. If you have never been, there's a lot to know, especially when it comes to safety. Lieutenant Patrol Supervisor Scott Lee says there are safety measures you must take.
Once the diver goes in the water, the vessel is required to display a dive flag 20 by 24 inches at the highest point above the vessel where it can be seen as boats approach from all sides. If a diver's in the water and doesn't use a vessel and wades off from shore, it must be 12 by 12 on a buoy or float attached to the diver at all times.
Scott tells 15 News Now how far away you must be once in the water.
Once those dive flags are up, out in the open waters, when everyone's scalloping, you must stay 300 feet away. I tell everyone a good reference is the length of a football field as you're approaching. If you approach inside that 300 feet, you must maintain just enough momentum to maintain steerage. Anything other than that would be a violation. And look out for other divers.
Scallop season runs through September 24th. One step at a time, camera toting crews are walking all 825 miles of Florida's coastline to capture the views for Google Maps. Google has partnered with Florida's tourism agency, Visit Florida, to create Florida's vast beach view. A two-man team began walking from the Florida-Alabama border in late July. The duo will finish mapping Florida Panhandle beaches this month. Then they'll skip over to the state's Atlantic coast and move south before meeting up with another two-person team that will finish the walk the rest of the way around Florida's coast in the coming months. Florida leaders are applauding the project and say it will be a good way to entice visitors to the many pristine beaches that make tourism the state's leading industry. Al-Qaeda is getting more sophisticated each day, planning terror attacks with encrypted internet message boards and special software to disguise their activities on chat rooms. U.S. officials say that's where they found the recent plot that closed down 19 U.S. diplomatic posts across the Muslim world. Still, it's unlikely that top Al-Qaeda leaders like Yemen and al-Zawahiri will or have gone digital or even use phones. Al-Qaeda leaders are still using low-tech methods to get their messages to tech-savvy foot soldiers. That means that all national security agencies' digital surveillance isn't likely to track them down. Up next on 15 News Now, Egyptian officials say more than 500 people are dead after the military moved to disperse protesters on Wednesday. Details when 15 News Now returns. This is coverage you can count on.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. Call ICANN right now.
Health Insurance Update.
This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the health insurance hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-0825. That's 800-794-0825. Call now.
Welcome back. Egyptian officials say more than 500 people are dead after the military moved to disperse protesters Wednesday. The army stormed 2 large sit-ins by Muslim Brotherhood who were protesting the ouster of former President Mohamed Morsi. Now reports are surfacing the Brotherhood is targeting Christians in the backlash. Chris Mitchell reports.
More than 300 protesters were killed and thousands wounded when the military cleared the 2 protest camps of the Muslim Brotherhood in Cairo. More than 40 police died during the fighting. While many nations, including the U.S., condemned the violence, Egyptian authorities said they couldn't allow the anarchy to continue within their own capital. Some Egyptian media also reported the Muslim Brotherhood used the camps as mini terrorist bases to torture and murder collaborators and rape women. Despite the military crackdown, the Muslim Brotherhood called for more demonstrations.
Anyone who thinks the Muslim Brotherhood is just going to go quietly here, just go away and accept military rule, does not understand the Brotherhood, does not understand their ideology, does not understand their history.
CBN News terrorism analyst Eric Steckelbeck and author of The Brotherhood, America's Next Great Enemy, warns the end is not in sight.
This is a group that is steeped in violence, in jihad. They're the original modern Islamic terrorist group. I predict and I fear that the Brotherhood will declare a jihad against the Egyptian military. Things will get bloodier and a whole lot more nasty before they get better.
During and after the crackdown, things got much worse for Egypt's Christians. The Muslim Brotherhood and their supporters attacked dozens of churches, Christian businesses, and individuals. The Muslim Brotherhood blames Egypt's Christians for supporting the ouster of Mohamed Morsi. Their retaliation is putting Egypt's Christian minority at great risk. They're asking Christians worldwide to pray for their protection. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Police are continuing their search in the suspected shooter of former Taylor County resident Samuel Hamilton Jr. He was fatally shot in Gainesville last month, and the United States Marshal Service and Gainesville Police Department are still looking for him. GPD officials say they have received unverified information that the suspect, 26-year-old Larry Whitehead Jr., may have fled to the Miami area. We'll continue to follow the story and bring you any new details on WSFD15.com and 15 News Now. Officials in Oregon are following up on a complaint a gay couple filed against a Christian-owned bakery. The couple had asked Sweet Cakes by Melissa to make their wedding cake, but the bakery owners refused on religious grounds. The state's Bureau of Labor and Industries decided to investigate whether the bakery violated a state law passed in 2007. The law protects against discrimination of homosexual, bisexual, and transgendered people in public accommodations. Exemptions from the law extend to religious organizations, but not to private business owners. When we come back, I have your latest Storm Tracker weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Health insurance update.
This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the health insurance hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-0825. That's 800-794-0825. Call now.
Here is your Storm Tracker forecast.
Hi, I'm Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Dustin Kopp. Scattered thunderstorms continue off and on this evening. 72 degrees does it for our overnight low. How long will these thunderstorms last? I'll get you all the details you need tonight at 10 o'clock on 15 News Now. Okay, hold on. And welcome back. Cloudy skies out there right now. A temperature of 89 degrees and it feels like 89 with current dew point 97, giving us 59% humidity and a south-southwest wind at 8 miles per hour. Throughout the area, we're going to still see this wet pattern for most of the area. We're also going to be seeing showers and thunderstorms heavy at times. The temperature's a little bit on the cooler side, but still on the warm side as well. Let's take a look at that forecast for your Friday. We're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms. Could be heavy at times. Pretty much the entire Big Bend area, even down to our southern portions of the state, could be seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Here's what our forecast looks like this evening. If you're heading out and about with any evening plans, 85 degrees at 7 p.m. with showers and thunderstorms, 80 by night, by midnight down to 77. Here's what our forecast looks like for tonight. Showers and thunderstorms likely, scattered in nature, 72 degrees for your overnight low, south wind 5 to 10. Then for tomorrow, another warm day but a little bit cooler. Thunderstorms likely, 87 does it for our daytime high. The big 7-day forecast shows that we will be seeing more showers and thunderstorms on your Saturday. Could be heavy, 87 degrees, 88 and scattered thunderstorms on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, temperature around 87 to 89 for all 4 days with more scattered thunderstorms. Don't forget you can get the latest weather information at our website at Wsfd15.com.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Are you hungry for a recipe that will feed a family of 4 a feast for less than 15 bucks? We'll see what's cooking just ahead on Money Talks News.
As I get ready to go into surgery, I remind myself what it's about. It's about God. It's about caring. It's about trust. It's about respect. It's about back pain. It's about neck pain. It's about questions. It's about answers. It's about people, not just patients. It's about you. It's about us. It is Heartland Spine. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
So don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
Welcome back. We all want to get the most for our money, especially when it comes to food. So how about a meal for a family of 4 for less than 15 bucks? This week's Frugal Family Feast recipe makes a leftover roast chicken into a scrumptious chowder.
I'm Stacy Johnson, and this is Chef Rich Matthews. He's an instructor at the International Culinary School right here at Art Institute. Now, Rich is going to make for us a feast that's going to feed a family of 4 for less than 15 bucks, and he's going to do it by showing me what to do with yesterday's leftover roast chicken. What are you going to do, Chef?
We're going to do roast chicken corn chowder, and here's what goes in it. We're going to use chicken broth, fresh corn, bacon, new potatoes, chicken meat, fresh thyme, peppercorns, milk, onions, carrots, bay leaf, flour, and butter.
I can't wait to see how you're going to put all this together. So what do?
Well, I'm going to make a stock with my leftover chicken carcass from the roast chicken I had the night before.
Okay.
I'm going to add carrots, celery, and onion to that, some bay leaf, peppercorn, and fresh thyme. Let this cook slowly, even overnight in your crock pot if you want.
Okay.
Then I'm going to strain that so I have a nice chicken stock, thicken it with flour and butter, and then I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients, the milk, corn, bacon, potatoes, and chicken.
Oh, you were telling me, what makes a chowder?
Chowders classically have potato and some sort of pork product like bacon.
Which I did not know. So basically, you're just taking your chicken, boiling it, thickening it, and then adding all the stuff to it.
Adding all the rest.
And this is what it's going to look like when it comes out, and it looks really, really good. Let's have a taste. I can't believe you did this with leftover chicken. How much did it cost?
Well, since you're using leftover chicken, this is about $3 a person.
$3. Now that's a meal, folks. You need the recipe. Look at this. It's so good. Go to moneytalksnews.com, do a search for Frugal Family Feast.
You'll find something delicious. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu. Have you ever wanted to create your own light bulb? Jason Lindsay, aka Mr. Science with Hooked on Science, shows us how to create a light bulb by using a few ingredients from around the house.
My science helper over here, Brenna, and I have a pretty cool experiment. We're going to show you how to create your own light bulb. Brenna, have you ever wanted to create your own light bulb?
Yeah!
How about you? You can, and all you need are a few ingredients from around the house. Give me a quick 5 for science. Don't break my hand. Oh, whoa, good gravy. What we have in front of us is a toilet paper holder. Attached to it with masking tape is our alligator clips right here. You can get those alligator clips at your local department store. Bridged between the alligator clips is a piece of 0.7 graphite for a mechanical pencil. That's the graphite that works the best. Brenda, what do you have there?
6 batteries taped together?
Yes, 6 batteries taped together. Let's put those right down here. I want you to hold the toilet paper roll, and let's make our light bulb work. We're going to close the circuit. Are you ready? Wow, that's getting pretty bright there. Look at that. Creating your own light bulb, and the filament just broke. Learn more at hookedonscience.org.
Go to our website and click on Hooked on Science under the Lifestyle menu for this experiment and others that might get you and your family hooked on science. We'll be right back.
I can't travel. I can't sit for very long. I can't stand for very long. I can't sleep. It's difficult to find any joy. It's unbelievable how just a few months of taking Nopalea, how it's changed my life, how much better I feel. You just get a total appreciation, new appreciation for life that I haven't had in so long.
With over 8 million bottles of Nopalea sold, we know it will work for you. Pick up the phone and call now. Learn how to get your 32-ounce bottle of Nopalea free. You'll also receive the Secret Killer Special Report that talks about the dangers associated with inflammation and an audio CD that explains the science behind the Nopal Superfruit.
I just know it worked, and it helped me, and it'll help you too.
Get on the road to wellness now.
Welcome back. In today's Your Health, it's estimated that about 1 in 100 children have some form of autism in this country. And for the millions of families it affects, treatment options can be limited. For decades, doctors have prescribed drugs known as psychostimulants for children with autism. But now researchers are testing a new class of drugs and a new approach for parents. As Clark Powell shows us, the study aims to find out what's better, pills, parents, or both.
Like most families who deal with autism, the Johnsons say they looked for years to find help for their daughter Emma. And after volunteering for a different type of medical study, they found it.
They couldn't believe how much of an improvement socially that she was really starting to come out of her shell and focus.
What made the difference for Emma and what sets this study apart from others is that it seeks to answer a simple question. What's best for kids with autism? Pills, parents, or both?
Let's talk about this drawing a little.
To find out, Dr. Michael Amon of the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is helping to conduct the first large-scale study of a new pill for autism called atomoxetine.
It actually works on a different neurochemical. And for this reason, we think that there's a better chance that it will work if one of the stimulants has failed to work.
It's been approved for years for kids with ADHD, but this is the first time it's being tested in autism. It worked for Emma, but for other kids in this study, there is another component. Not only will doctors measure the effects of a pill, they'll measure the effectiveness of parents. In this study, some parents will be taught professional intervention techniques, allowing doctors to compare and contrast the two.
Obviously, it gives us an opportunity to look at each in isolation, but importantly, it enables us to look at the combination of the two treatments and to see if there's a bonus.
Doctors say there haven't been many new treatment options for autism in decades, but by studying a new pill and a new role for parents at the same time, that could soon change. At Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
In addition to Ohio State, this study will involve other medical centers in the Northeast. Experts say psychostimulants were first used to treat kids with ADHD in the 1960s. and have been expanded to treat some kids on the autism spectrum. Since then, however, there haven't been many other medications developed. That is today's Your Health. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining us on 15 News Now. Get the latest news, weather, and sports at our website. That's WSFD15.com. We'll see you next time right back here on 15 News Now.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.